Okay, right now we're pouring some molds from scrapped out lead, and this is a sacrificial surface that I'm using, just a piece of plywood. This is some spills that you'll see. They're pretty much intentional, but I'll show you how easy they come off. I'll take this, and this is very hot, that's why the heavy gloves. Fold it back up, throw it back in the melting pot. And this is the mold. In this case it's synchro molds for saltwater fishing, and they're incremental from 5 down to 2 ounce lead weights. You want to make sure your mold is preheated. You can do that a variety of ways. The easiest way I have found is to simply lay your melting pot on top of it and use that as your heat sink while you're heating it up and melting your lead. There's some molten lead. You can see some smegma floating around the surface. That won't matter because it's going to stay floating. And then we are doing cord management by holding the electrical cord under the handle. Good morning. On today's segment we're going to show you how to turn this into this. Basically what we have here is a scrapped out piece of lead pipe. Not good for much anymore, but rather than give it away to the scrapping company, I'm going to show you how to turn it into a useful product. Alright, so let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this lead pipe and we're going to smash it with a mallet in the vise and roll it up into a more manageable shape. So I'll be right back. Okay, as you can see, it's fairly easy to work with a mallet. It's soft lead, so I've made it flat. Now I'm going to take it and I'm going to roll it up into basically a ball. Alright, so you can see there I basically flattened it and then rolled it. So what we'll be doing now, take our melting pot, putting that up on our insulated stand so we don't scar our working surface, which is why I have this piece of scrap plywood down. And we simply put the lead into the pot and we let that melt out. It might be a little bit, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and secure the video till this is melted, which is going to be about 15 minutes, not really too long. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes as I mentioned. One thing we didn't discuss was safety gear. Obviously we're working with molten metal, so heavy gloves are important, a dust mask, something to keep the vapors away, and safety glasses in case you have a splatter. Never have any water or anything like that around because you are working with molten metal. Alright, I'm going to put this under the camera for just a second. You can see now it's in a liquid state. You've got all this crap on the top. We're going to scoop that off, get that out of there. That's just sludge that we don't want. Obviously, like I said, this is scrap metal, so there's a lot of other debris in there. We don't have to be too careful because this is just going to be lead sinker weights. Alright, so now we have our molten. I guess I will move this into the camera for a minute because I want you to see this. I'm just worried about the heat from the molten metal bothering the camera. But, okay, move this a little further. I just unplugged this. This is cord management. You want to take your electrical cord after you unplug it, wrap it like that, and then grab it with the handle so you don't snag the cord in the process of moving the pot around. Alright, this is a mold from Do It Molds. Basically you can see inside the cavity what we're going to be working with and making. I believe it's just doit.com, and it's a pretty simple method of simply pouring it in one continuous flow. Okay, we're making a bit of a mess here. Probably I'm nervous because the camera's running. Okay, that one filled better. And if you don't have a continuous flow like this first one, I may have an air pocket in it. You'll notice that it will have a pocket or a cavity. That's basically it. I'm going to let this cool for just a second. Put this back on the stand. Alright, as the camera's been running, so you know it hasn't been very long. And then you open it up, and there's your lead weights. And you can see the one that I screwed up the initial pour. Right there has the big air pocket. That's because it wasn't a continuous flow. The other ones are nice and uniform. I've got this piece of coat hanger I'm going to use to pick these out of here. They are still very hot. Come on. Alright, I'm going to let this cool down for just a bit because, like I said, I'm nervous with the camera running. It is my first time, so stand by. Okay. They came right out. It was much better to use a pair of pliers than that wire pick because I could actually grab it. Had to let it cool off a bit. The lead that I spilled, see that it comes off fairly easy. I'm going to take that, fold that up, put it back in the pot, melt that down, and continue to pour. You can see that the others came out. They are still quite warm, but the heavy leather gloves. Take a pair of dikes, diagonal cutters, and trim off that little excess. And you have a nice new weight. The nice thing about this is it says right on it stamped 2 ounces, or number 2 for 2 ounces. So you know how much lead you have, even if you don't fish. This is a good way to reclaim your scrap lead, and you know exactly how much you have to work with. So if you need 3 ounces of lead for a project, you know you can grab one of these pure lead 3-ounce weights, and it's got no crap in it. It's good, straight weight. And if you're trying to sell it back for scrap metal money, you know also you got 3 ounces. And this one obviously is 4 ounces, and then there's a 5 and a 2. So that's basically it. I'll be pouring some more, but hope you had a educational time, and hopefully we'll see you around. Take care. Thanks. Bye.